This is Gary Atensi with CNTV, and today we're in Westminster, Colorado. I'm here with the owner of One Business Connection. Basically, for many years, you've been providing a network for folks, an alternative marketing chamber of commerce. Let me ask you, what got you involved in this type of business, first of all?
I started selling advertising for a humor newspaper, and I grew up in a small town in Colorado called Gunnison. And so I was writing for this humor newspaper, something called Dang Near Cowboy Poetry. But I would run into a lot of business owners, selling them ads, and this is the only thing that'll work for you. And I finally start saying, wait a minute, there's so many other options. So I wanted to create an alternative chamber of commerce focused on marketing to help people on all kinds of different marketing. And then someone told me, you know what you should do is you should start these referral groups. And I didn't even know what a referral group was. And so I started these referral groups. People started flocking to them because they really love to meet each other and get to know each other and create connections and create more opportunities for generating new clients and referrals.
And so you're talking about something you've seen out there. Instead of a one-trick pony in marketing, you realize that really it's the wider spectrum that everybody needs. A little bit of everything, a little bit of newspaper, a little bit of this, that. How do you feel you differ from a typical chamber of commerce? What are the biggest differences?
Well, my whole company is based on inspiration, because there's a saying or a quote, and I love quotes. And the quote is, nothing great was ever achieved without enthusiasm. And so when you come to our networking meetings, it's high energy, it's excitement, it's vision, it's getting people to say, hey, anything's possible. So when people come to our networking events, they get this inspiration, this excitement that they can do anything they want to do. And I think that's one thing that separates us.
So we're talking about some different energy going on between people.
Right, exactly. And not only energy, but I'm an advocate of reading books and education and learning. I don't know if you've ever heard of Brian Tracy. He has written more books on business than anyone in the history of the United States. And whenever Brian Tracy comes to Colorado as a speaker, and he's always on stage with Tony Robbins and people like that, then One Business Connection is the official referral group to support his events, because I'm an advocate of his books and what he talks about, and goal setting and the psychology of selling and raising healthy kids. I mean, all kinds of things that he's done. And so I just believe from all the phenomenal people that I've got to sit in seminars and watch, they all say pretty much the same thing, which is if you want to earn more, you have to learn more. And some of the most successful people I've seen, they've read 1,500, 2,000, 4,000 books, on business and education and ideas. And so that's another thing that we're really advocates of.
How does it all begin for somebody out there? We've got a viewer out there who is thinking about coming on as a member. What is the membership? What do you get with a membership? And how do they get involved with you?
I always tell people it's experiential. Come to one of our meetings to see what we do. And it's like joining a chamber. There's different levels of membership. I'd say membership goes from $99 a year to corporate memberships that are $2,000 a year. But it's not so much the cost of membership, it's the return on your investment. We have people that will generate $50,000, $100,000 or more per year just by going to these events and meeting new people and generating new contacts. So the main thing is to go to one of our meetings. Go to our website, which is onebusiness.com, spelled out, onebusiness.com. There's a calendar of events. We have these meetings from Fort Collins all the way to Colorado Springs, and people just go to a meeting. Call us, let us know that you can come, that we know we expect you. Go to the meeting, you'll see what we do, and you go, wow, this can work to help me grow my business.
Well, folks, you've got their website at the bottom of the screen right there. You can check it out as well. Also, the calendar's there so you know when the next meeting's coming up. You touched a little bit on referral groups. What is a referral group for somebody out there who's never heard of it, kind of like yourself when you first started?
There's something called leads groups. Most people are familiar with leads groups. In a leads groups, you can talk about people like BNI, LaTip, and I don't call what we do a leads group, and I do it intentionally, because a lot of times people will go to something called a leads group, and it doesn't work for them, and then they get a negative attitude or discouragement. A lead is really nothing. A referral is huge. If I give somebody a referral to someone that really needs their services, they've got a good shot at setting an appointment and actually closing that into new business. So our referral groups are where different types of businesses meet, usually twice a month, and they form relationships. They get to know these people. And as you get to know someone, you learn what they do, and not only what they do, but who they are. What are their passions? What are their dreams? What are they excited about?
Greg, we just got done with a typical One Business Connection here. People in the background here discussing information, basically are able to introduce their business, but quite honestly, I want you to tell me about what happened here with these. Explain these to me. What happens? This is the power behind this.
Can I say one thing?
Yeah.
These referral groups are never typical.
Yeah.
They're like extravaganzas. They're fun, they're full of inspiration and ideas and education. We had a room full of people, probably close to 40 or so people. They all do all kinds of crazy things. And then when I know someone that would be a good connection for someone, I write it out on the referral slip and I hand it to them. I say, contact this person. Could either be a connection or it could be a new client that needs to buy their services right now. So it's a way for this high energy and inspiration to create new business everywhere we go. Then you can refer them because you know, wait a minute, I'm not just a web designer. I also do hosting. I'll also do computer backup or whatever it might be. I'll give you an example. We have a person in our network. He's been in our network for 9 years. He did something we call member meetings. And this is where you meet people outside the referral groups just to sit down like we're doing right now to get to know each other. They're designed mainly to create a relationship. But the ancillary benefit is it sells products and services. So this person actually did 300 of these member meetings his first year in our organization. But he generated an extra $100,000 of business.
Someone out there who basically wants to lead a group, lease a group, what does that mean for people?
Well, One Business Connection, about a year ago, I turned this into a franchise. So I'm a franchisor, meaning I can sell franchises in anywhere in the world. So if somebody wants to buy a franchise, this is like buying any franchise, and we have different levels of that too. But if a person just wants to lead a group, they can. If they want to start a group, we can help them. They will actually make money. And if you buy a full-blown franchise, then of course you're going to make 94% of all the income generated.
Let's say someone out there is watching and they're thinking of somebody else. They, wow, this would be perfect for them. What do you guys give in the way of referrals for somebody who wants to be a franchise?
We're test marketing it right now,
Right.
because we may be selling franchises for $5,000 up to $30,000. It really depends on how far along they are in the process. If they just give us a phone number, that's one thing. If they're actually facilitating and really helping us with the referral, it's a different point of view.
Wonderful. Let's shift back again to the folks that get involved with you. I know you have a business opportunity tab on the website. Tell me about that.
Business opportunities is where they actually run groups, or they're a sales representative for us, or they buy a franchise. But for people that have a business or they're excited about a business, doesn't matter what it is, generally speaking, almost any business will do good in referral groups, if not phenomenal, depending on how much energy they put into it. It's kind of like the more you put in, the more you're going to get out of it. But I mean, we really focus on service industries, and it could be dentists and physicians, it could be chiropractors, it could be carpet cleaners, it could be network marketing people, because network marketing people are there's a lot of teachers that teach, but yet they still have their side business of something. So I mean, there's a whole array of businesses. We have at least 77 categories that fit well in referral groups.
Like you say, there's different levels. So if you're talking about somebody can come in pretty small and get started with you all the way up to the corporate level, right?
Right, that's true. And the other thing that I think I pride myself on is I'm real super creative. I've got a degree in creative writing. And so I write every day, and I've written a book on how to network. And I think a lot of people think, well, I know how to network, but do they? And just going to that event for 3 hours, I generated about $3,000 or more in 3 hours. How'd I do that? Because I know how to network. I know how to take those connections and turn that into interest in clients and opportunities.
Folks, once again, their website is at the bottom of the screen right there as well. You can keep apprised of everything they got going on by signing up for their newsletter. They've got their event calendar. They've even got their book section right there where they will apprise you to a lot of the marketing books and business books that will show you what kind of people, what kind of mindset you're dealing with the folks down here. And really it's a situation where if you're coming in and looking for a group of folks that are basically going to motivate you and you motivate them back, it works. If you're not too sure what it's about, come on down to the event. They're going to make you feel welcome and walk you through it. Any last words for folks out there that are thinking about coming involved with you?
Well, a couple things. One is the vision, of our company. This is the vision of One Business Connection, and that is to inspire entrepreneurs, business and sales professionals worldwide to do outstanding business. So that's really the goal, and to have people understand, you got to get away from that. Get away from all the negativity, get away from what's going on with the economy, get away from negative people, and by doing that, you can pretty much grow anything you want. You know, if you are in transition, and let's say you don't know what to do, you might want to buy a franchise, you might want to start a company. We can show you how to make over $100,000 doing networking, in a year. My goal is to make sure, and this has been on the news a lot, is the American dream still alive? It is. Of course it is, with the right mindset. You're going to find ways to succeed. And One Business Connection is something that I created from scratch. We're inspiring a lot of people. And there's so much business being generated throughout our organization, I can't even track it any longer. Maybe you just have an idea and you're wondering, should I take that leap? Should I be an entrepreneur? Give it a shot. I mean, when people are on their deathbed, what do they regret? The things they did or the things they didn't do. I'd like to end it on 2 quotes, if I could. One, there's a motivational speaker, if you ever get a chance to hear this person, his name is Les Brown, and he said, "Leap and the net will appear." The other quote is by Jonathan Swift, and he said, "Vision is seeing the invisible." Right? So what is the invisible that you want to create? That's what One Business Connection can do. We can help you, we can inspire you, and that's what we're looking for, real referrals that turn into real new business. And networking is basically creating opportunities that were never there.
Absolutely. Well said. Folks, once again, their contact information right there on the bottom of the screen, and you can give them a call there, but most likely you can just contact them via the website. Wonderful day talking with you here today, and I'm glad you had a chance to sit down with us, and we'd love to check out one of your events. This is Gary Atencio with CNTV, and if you don't know, now you know.